We're learning Thursday in Bostoner Ulilevi Omer. We're going to learn A from 5757. By Sholosh Shudas, the Rebbe said, the Rebbe Zt said, behold, I am giving you before you today. You tell over a Chassidish story that happened to the Chedushei Rebbe Zt. That one time a person came to him and he was standing and looking at him the whole time without saying anything. So the Chedushei Rebbe asked him, "What are you looking at? Why are you looking at me like that?" So he said, it says in the posting, Moshe Rabbeinu said, "Look at me, Re'ei Anochi, see me myself." He interpreted it that Moshe Rabbeinu meant to say, you should see the tzaddik, and that in itself will infuse the person with kedusha, and he'll get yiras Hashem from the fear of the tzaddik as well, because that's known that when you look at tzaddikim, you can elevate yourself in your avodah. So the Rishonim told him, it says, "Va'amcha kulam tzaddikim." Yeshayahu Hanavi says the whole of Klal Yisrael are tzaddikim. If that's the case, every person should look at himself as well and see what he needs to rectify. And through that, he can also elevate himself by just realizing the potential that he has. That's Re'ei Anochi. You have to know what your life is and what your being as a person is. The Rebbe went on to say in the Parsha we find V'yiso ach someach, and you shall be ach, only happy. Ach, the word ach, Rashi says that it comes to add that even on the last day of Yom Tov, one should be happy as well, not just at the beginning of Yom Tov when it starts and you have the whole Yom Tov in front of you, but rather even on the last day. And we have to begin with understand, usually ach is a miut. It comes to minimize rather than to expand. And we have to understand the Torah says here ach, and Rashi is learning it as to maximize. Therefore, the Rebbe Zatzal explained we can interpret it to mean that the Torah tells us, even when we realize we're lacking, maybe we're lacking in our personal life, we're lacking in our existence, and it's difficult to be besimcha, we have to strengthen ourselves and be besimcha. That even in these difficult times that a person is lacking, he still has to strengthen himself and be besimcha, and to come to simcha that the Bostoner Shalom commanded and wants. That's the simcha of doing mitzvahs. Now, the Rebbe Zt mentioned that week there were tragedies. In 5757 there were tragedies. The people lived in Eretz Yisrael. It was the first intifada, if I'm not mistaken, and they were blowing up buses, and there were people who were killed, and they were kedoshim, and we have to strengthen ourselves. We have to strengthen ourselves, even in such a situation, that we should have simcha. Simcha that we're Jews, that we have the right to serve Hashem. Furthermore, there's a posuk Yivdus Hashem b'simcha found in Tehillim, chapter 100, second posuk. We have to understand, what does es mean? Serve Hashem b'simcha would be enough. But it means serve and Hashem with a simcha. And es is usually an addition, to add something. So the Rebbe Zatzal explained that even when the times are difficult, we have to serve Hashem b'simcha, to strengthen ourselves when one is difficult. Now this Shabbos, the Rebbe Zatzal was at that point going back to Boston, and he says, we'll be lacking in Golos, the Kedusha of Eretz Yisrael. The Mashiach hasn't come yet. We have to elevate the Golos as well. And there too, there should be simcha of doing mitzvahs, even though it's difficult, without the Kedusha of Eretz Yisrael. Maybe we can explain Yivdus Hashem b'simcha that the es is an inference to Eretz Yisrael and Golus, he says, because it starts off with an Aleph, which is Eretz Yisrael. It has a Tov at the end, which is the end of the Aleph base. Es Hashem, that means in Eretz Yisrael, where the first letter of Eretz Yisrael is the Aleph, and also in Golus, which the last letter of Golus is a Tov. And to Torah, which is also Aleph base, we can accomplish Yidus Hashem b'simcha, and then hopefully Klal Yisrael will be deserving that everyone will elevate himself and his friend as well, and all of Klal Yisrael. May we merit that soon in our time.